Hi, this is Asa, and welcome to my audio experience. Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today. Struggling with, let's talk about it. Your health, your life. Remember, if the body can get sick, it can also get well. Lifestyle is the medicine. So the choices we make today can and will determine the kind of health we're going to have. So our choices matter. And if you really want to become the best version of you and you want to live your potential, then it's going to come down to the choices that you make every single day. You're listening to Asa RX. Go to asarx.com. I'm Asa, your host, here with you each and every day to be able to encourage you, equip you, give you the tools you need. 3-time physician. Done a little studying around this stuff, and I've got some good insights and ideas to be able to get you to the next level with your health and with your life. So loneliness, we talk about a lot about the physical side. What about the emotional and almost the spiritual side of this? So loneliness, there's a great book written over 2,000 years ago, and there's a scripture in there, a verse in there that says, a section in there, whatever you want to call it, that says it's not good for a person to be alone. Okay, loneliness and depression are linked to an increase, they say, risk of mental decline in the elderly, a new study suggests. So researchers analyzed data for more than 8,300 adults age 65 and older who were assessed every 2 years between 1998 and 2010. 17% reported loneliness at the beginning of the study, and half of those who were lonely had depression. So over the course of the study, mental decline was 20% faster among the loneliness people than among those who weren't lonely. People who were depressed at the start of the study also had faster mental decline. However, the lower mental function did not lead to worsening loneliness. According to the study scheduled for presentation recently at the Alzheimer's Association International Conference, they concluded that they said our study suggests that even 1 or 2 depressive symptoms, particularly loneliness, is associated with an increased rate of cognitive decline over 12 years. So we found that lonely people decline cognitively at a faster rate than people who report more satisfying social networks and connections. Although loneliness and depression appear closely linked, loneliness may by itself have the effects on cognitive decline, she explained. And this is most important to know for the development of treatments to enhance mental health quality of life for older adults. So the new study suggested a link between loneliness, depression, and heightened risk of mental decline, but it did not prove a cause and effect. So we know that loneliness plays a role, and really I think that loneliness plays a role in a lot of things. Mental decline, yes, is one, but I think that loneliness plays a role in so many aspects of health that declines. So the mental health declines, but I think heart attacks, and I think that strokes and cancer and a lot of these conditions, our emotional state plays an enormous role in our health. I mean, in a major, major way. Not in a little way, in a major way. So if we don't have that intact, and we don't have that working right, and we don't have that where it needs to be, then we're going to be in trouble. And I think, and really, even when a physician comes in and does the family history, whenever they come in and do that, of course, when you go to your doctor and they do the initial kind of examination and they interview you and take the history, as we call it. I mean, all that's important. And you got to fact find and gather the data and all of that. But I think that the real piece of that is gathering, and if you ask the right questions, you'll get the right answers. So I think physicians that really dig into that can pick up so much on what's really going on. I mean, because there's the physiology of the body that we know. Like if the heart's breaking down, it's not working, the number on the blood test was XYZ, and it's going to cause this, and it leads to this, and this, right? So there's always like an A, B, and C of why something's happening. But at the end of the day, I think the mental component is the driver. And many practitioners would agree with me, I believe. Providers will. Physicians, I mean, all across the board, any specialty and discipline, I think that if you're newly graduated because you're so on fire to like find that disease and figure it out and do the surgery or fix everything, right? Like a mechanic. But once you've been in the game for some time and you've seen enough people and you've seen the stories and you have watched the pain in people's eyes and you've seen the addiction to medications and you've seen the heartbreak of people losing loved ones. And when you've seen that and walked through that enough, it's like you get halfway down the road and you start to realize, you think, there's more to this than just, does this person need a statin drug or a diabetes medication? Like, it's more than just them eating a donut and eating too much fried chicken. Like, there's a bigger story here. Again, it's all about the root cause, man. The root cause is why people get sick. The root cause is why the body breaks down. And yes, that person may be addicted to donuts and eat a dozen every day, but the question is not, do they love donuts? The real question is, what happened in their life that drove them to so much pain that they eat the donuts every day? You answer that question, and you can help that person heal. The physician or provider that doesn't ask those kind of questions, that moves on so fast that the numbers are this, this, and this, here, take this medication, I'll see you in 3 months, has missed the boat completely. And I would say that person they may have a strong IQ, they have no EQ whatsoever. You got to get to the root cause. And I think until we do that in healthcare, until we start with that mindset, until we have the ability to dig deeper, nothing's going to change. You're going to have two camps, and that's why people, I think, going to physicians that have put more time in the game, they end up getting better results. And when you're young, getting out, I think you can crush it and super smart, like sharp as anything. But you can't. That experience, that time in there with people, I think is where you really get it. So this loneliness concept, it's a big deal. Like I'm on it for this whole segment because it's a really big deal. The mental aspect of our health is a big deal. And I think we're losing too many of our elderly because of loneliness and because of depression and because it's not a matter of just they ate the wrong foods for so long. I think it's the environment that they put themselves in, or they